god. Koreans versus Chinese. This is like the day of Civ mismatches. I can't speak. Mismatches. Because game 1 was Franks versus Spanish. Franks are significantly better there. The last game was Spanish versus Goths. I think Spanish should normally win that one, unless something crazy happens. And now we have Chinese versus Koreans. MBL. I think the only player who I would have a lot of faith with playing with Koreans nowadays would actually be MBL, and he's playing against them here. That said, the map is pretty garbage for Yo. Like, there's a lot of hills, and MBL's base is, or Yo's base, sorry, is pretty compact. So I'm curious to see what Koreans can do. Chinese, top 5 civilization. Koreans, probably bottom 6 or 7 civilization right now. All comes back to the fact that Koreans don't have a stellar tech tree, and they don't have eco bonuses. MBL starts with extra villagers as Chinese, which is a huge eco bonus, as cheaper techs, and then has one of the best tech trees in the game. Oh yeah, game 1 was Aztecs versus Khmer. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. It was not Aztecs versus Khmer with Yo, it was Licks. I casted that game, but it was Licks that had Aztecs. Yeah, so this is what happens when you do random civs, but we get a lot of variety with random civs. And if Yo's able to get tower ups, I'm sorry guys, my casting has not been good today. I'm gonna misspeak all day apparently. If Yo's able to get towers up, it could be decent. Now I think too many players go YOLO tower with Koreans. It worked back in the day because Koreans built towers faster. But nowadays, they build towers 5% faster. It's not a big deal. What's thrilling about Korean towers now is that in Castle Age, they get extra range in the free upgrade. So, you just need to make sure that you have towers up going into Castle Age. So, perhaps you could still play it standard. Go Man-at-Arms into Archers, and then consider coming forward and building towers later. Yo is pushing some deer for food. So, we'll have 2 deer pushed here in a moment. And I think he has a solid base to try and go for a standard opening into something else. We'll see, though. We'll see. I'll start off with the bases, I guess. I talked about MBL's base being bad. It's not bad, per se, but I just don't like the hills. Like, they keep...
Rise up. Poop.
This is the second time today that...
Poop.
Clever Clone, thank you for saying poop. This is the second time today with this NAC Arabia that I've seen one person have way more hills than the other. Like, massive hill on the front here. Look at this. Massive hill on the front on a gold. Massive hill on this side. And these hills could be good to defend the base if he gets them. This hill extends all the way around to where there's a main gold and a main stone. And I could see Yo having some success with maybe war wagons in this game. Any ranged unit, really. Getting towers up on a wood line would be big. Yo's base is a little bit easier to read, because he can wall this easily. Protect his berries, protect his stone. His second and third gold's not ideal, but I think at the start, at least, with a little bit of walling, it's very, very secure. Very secure and very closed off. So we'll see. Interesting build order from Yo. He's building the barracks while he's building the mill. So this build order, it's all about adapting, and I'm really curious what he's going to do with this. Is this going to be a drush or a very fast man-at-arms rush or what? He's just passing MBL's TC. MBL more than likely will be going for scouts. That's kind of the norm for Chinese nowadays. What are you doing here, Mr. Yo? 2 villagers going to gold. And alright, yeah, he's going for man-at-arms. The build order's fine. We just went there at different times. The order was different. He's building the same stuff, the order was different. He just adapted because he had 3 deer pushed in. So he got the food in a bit faster. Is he checking for a hole here? Yep, he's checking for a hole, which a lot of players aren't doing nowadays. MBL had a hole in his base earlier. Cool. So I kind of like the fact that Yo's just not throwing the game away by going straight towers. He still could send villagers forward. Like, this would be the time that Vivi would send 5 villagers forward. if you wanted to go with, wait. Oh, nope, he's going to wood. Okay, so he's staying at home. Cool. Well, it kind of sucks because you don't have any eco bonus, but I agree with this. And MBL is already expecting some towers. He's building an outpost. It will be 3 men-at-arms then for Mr. Yo. So Mr. Yo definitely needs to hit MBL. Hasn't scouted his wood lines. He scouted this one, I guess. Oh my god. This is what playing against Koreans does to you. You start building outposts everywhere. You get so anxious. Relatable, man. Think he should Viviate with 1 Vil forward? Yeah, Dave. Just get towers up. You don't have to be overly aggressive, right? Ooh, wow. Great micro from Yo again. He's been so good today. And now he's sending in his man-at-arms, and MBL didn't expect this. MBL expected towers, but MBL gated. What a play. What a play. Yeah, tower here would be great. But it is going to be a problem now because MBL is creating so many scouts. Oh, MBL. Well, I mean, it was a good play. MBL got a lot of hits in there, though. Yo just needs to buy himself time. Send a spearman forward. Send a few spearmen forward. And just wall at home. Annoy MBL for as long as possible. MBL's eco is going to be so much better because he's Chinese and he's making those farms after scouts, but this is good. Good damage. And with the hill here, he might be able to get a Vil kill. MBL needs to get the quick walls going. Oh my god. Okay, so he decided to fight it with Vils when there's a hill here. No whoa! That scout just blocked her. She went down fighting, though. I still think that's worth it for Yo. He killed a villager. He delayed Vils here and here. A lot of idle time was forced. And he's walling up at home. So I would like to see Yo make... Let's see, he only has 3 archers. Still, I'd like to see him make 1 spearman. And then 3 archers and 1 spearman could actually be annoying to MBL at the moment. If you just send the 3 archers, they'll die to the scouts. But 1 spear and a few archers could harass MBL. Until MBL builds an archery range. This is the problem. All of MBL's farms are kicking in. He's still building outposts everywhere. But yeah, once MBL starts making a few skirmishers, then what I said wouldn't work. And it will be near impossible to get towers up at MBL's base without MBL spotting it now. So if Yo goes crossbow, Chinese have knights and elite skirm, which counter that. And again, Chinese have the cheaper techs throughout the game, so they just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, there's the spearman. This is what I was talking about. Yeah, 5 archers with fletching and a spearman could maybe do some real damage. If Yo tries war wagons, Chinese should have the answer to that in heavy camels and monks and chukonu. It's just tough, man. And what's MBL up to here? He's building outposts everywhere. He's known for his outpost thing. Oh, she's dead. Get wrecked. She was a moving outpost that has now been destroyed. But, quite simply, Yo's army shouldn't do much. Yo's army will probably die. MBL already has the skirmishers prepared. And he has the scouts around. And he has the outpost, so he won't be surprised by this. Yo should just think about Castle Age now. Just think about Castle Age. I would like to see him try and get war wagons out, but I think that it would take so much time, so it might be better to make a stable and make a few knights versus skirms. And maybe he could make a few scouts now, you know? He's only at 300 food. He doesn't want to give up all the map, so yeah, okay, he's making a few scouts now, and he is going to stone. So he's thinking ahead about the war wagons, but he also realizes that right now he can't afford to give MBL a lot of momentum. And MBL comes in with the scouts now, and this is all important for MBL. because the archers have to stop to defend themselves from the scouts, and then the skirmishers will get the hits. So that's a good cleanup for MBL. Had he not brought the scouts over, I think those archers continue to run around. So 10 kills, 5 deaths for MBL. And now, scouts don't offer all that much to Yo. If he makes 3 of them, then sure, he could kill these 2 scouts and kill the skirms, but MBL could always adapt by making archers, or he could make another scout or 2 to catch up. It's not very difficult for MBL to catch up. I think we'll see war wagons in this game. I just feel as though at that point in time, MBL will have gained a huge lead. Either with her faster castle time, or more military on the map, or both. Reaper, thank you for the new sub, man. You've been hanging around the stream the last few days. Well, actually, more than the last few days, but thank you for the sub. Thank you, White Cold, for the 4 months. Thank you, Clever Clone, for the 9 months, and for talking about poop for whatever reason. MBL's getting surprised here. And this is a pretty poopy response from MBL. Now, he didn't see that stable, and he will lose map control before reaching Castle Age. He's on his way now, but Yo's right behind him. Well done, Mr. Yo. Yeah, last month, exactly. Well, I think that this is all important for Mr. Yo, because he wants to build a castle. That's going to take so much time. So there's 2 ways that you could approach this in Yo's shoes. If you try and build the castle in early Castle Age, that means your eco is going to be garbage compared to MBL. MBL will be able to add TCs, Yo will not. So, the risky approach, but the better approach for your economy would actually be to delay the castle, and I think he's going to do that. He only has 3 on stone. And think about going for TCs first. So I said it a moment ago, just last game, that Yo's been playing incredible today. He's fighting at a huge civ disadvantage, and he's making Koreans work. I like these Koreans. This is the first time I'll say publicly, the Korean civ is awesome if you play it like this. And look at the micro from Yo as well. It's very difficult to have archers alive when there's skirms around. And he's killed the skirms, he's forced quick walls out of MBL. This is awkward for MBL. MBL has no upgrades, Yo has no upgrades on the scouts. Yo, well, it'll probably end here for this small army. Those archers will die, and these scouts will run back. So despite him playing really well, I would still consider Yo behind, but there's potential here. TC for MBL, TC for MBL, as I said. And MBL hasn't shown me what he wants to do yet. He might not even know what he wants to do yet. He doesn't know exactly what Yo's going to make. And look, Yo is building a castle and the TCs. This is so huge. To be able to add eco and to make the castle. Man, Yo could do this, man. Yo could do this. If Yo is going for war wagons, MBL needs to consider a monastery and a few monks. Alright. Now, MBL could also build a defensive castle because his map is extremely open. Remember, he shouldn't be too surprised by these war wagons. Hey, BFT Joe, I could see you're having a splendid time. I don't know what's going on, but if like 2 people are having a conversation or an argument or whatever, just whisper. Then it can get real heated, and then we can solve some real problems. Already, you guys have been making progress, so imagine if it's in a Twitch whisper. Oh, man. It'd be great. No, seriously, it's cool. We're all Age fans here. Yo build a forward TC here. Well, remember he has 2 golds that are exposed. This one's kind of protected by his castle. This one will be protected by the TC now. Well, let's go, Mr. Yo. I'm excited to see what the war wagons can do. I've said it for a year now. I would like the Koreans if it wasn't all towers. They have awesome turtle ships. They have an amazing unique unit in the war wagon. They have great siege as well. I just kind of wanted to see something that would help them make that. My idea for them, which would make the Civ quite strong, would be to make all of their, like, any wood costs associated with military units, make that cheaper. Because that would affect their siege, that would affect their war wagons, that would affect their navy. That would be a really solid bonus for them. That would affect their archers. Everything that they're good at, basically. That would help them thrive. These scouts are so much more important than you guys might realize. Look at MBL. Using the extra scouts, scouting for those relics. This game's going to Imp, guys. This game is most likely going to the Imperial Age, so getting the relics early is important. There's a relic here, and a relic here, and Yo has also built a monastery. Yo is also scouting around with that scout. Just give them bloodlines? A fixes Koreans? No, because you should never... It doesn't really affect how they play out as a whole. It's like giving Japanese bloodlines. Do you see pros going for a lot of knights with Japanese? No. You don't, because they normally are an infantry and archer civ. I think it'd be the same with Koreans. It would make their war wagons stronger for sure. But war wagons are already strong, right? So I don't think buffing the war wagons directly would necessarily be the way to do it. But anyways, so back to the game. I don't want to talk too much about balance. MBL has a slight villager lead, but can he deal with the war wagons? Look at MBL's scouting. Sees this relic, he's getting this relic. Guys, I expect a forward castle from Mr. Yo. Or towers. You could opt to do towers now, actually. He just built a university. Probably for ballistics. And he wants to castle the hill. Wow, that's such a huge hill as well. Wait. He's thinking twice about... Oh, he wants to go for a more aggressive castle. Well, Koreans might not build towers faster anymore, but they do build the castles faster. They build their castles faster than Spanish build their castles. And now MBL, he would need a response to this, but he can't do much about it. I think MBL will just need to opt for a castle on this hill to protect this stone. Sooner rather than later. Or maybe here. I'm not sure where I'll place it. It might be better to build it here, actually. But then these villagers are all stranded. What a crazy push from Mr. Yo. 20 military for him. Now, he already has one relic. He's hoping to find some on the right. There won't be anything there. MBL's getting most of them. Yo could just go for aggressive castle age. He's built a siege workshop. He's making rams. I think MBL would be the one to opt to go to Imp here. Just use his castles to defend, go Imp and make trebs and get upgrades on the Chukunu and the monks. And now a tower. Well, the way MBL has played this has been so good. Because this is so difficult to deal with, and he's taking the losses, sure, but he's making sure it's not that bad, and he's expanding his economy to the left. And the fact he already has he will have 4 relics. Well, actually, did Yo spot that? Or is he just scouting this direction? Highly doubt Yo sees that. So, yeah, 4 relics for MBL. Yo has a lot of map control, though. And he will get this stone now. So that's more stone for the Korean player. Ooh, MBL found this gold. That's so good as well. Such good scouting from MBL in this game. But I don't think that the war wagons can push this castle. If there's Chukunu and monks there, war wagons and rams probably won't do it. Chukunu have a slight bonus for siege. The monks have more range than the war wagons. So maybe Yo should just go to the Imperial Age himself and take his foot off the gas, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. So if you think about it this way, if Yo loses this castle is in MBL's territory. It's not the end of the world. He can still fall back and castle here. He can still fall back and castle at his base. You know, there's a lot of options for him there. Oh wow, MBL, he wants to save the town center, I guess. That's not his MTC or anything. And he's gotten conversions, but he's losing a lot of monks in the process. 4 conversions, though, is decent. I think MBL would prefer that because it's more difficult for Yo to create war wagons than it is for MBL to create a few monks, especially having that extra gold. Yo must know now that MBL has beat him to the extra relics, because he doesn't see any other relics out here. What can Yo do next? Because the fact of the matter is, it's more expensive for him to make his military. MBL's military is going to get a big power spike. Chukunu are insanely strong. Oh, I think Yo will just start off with the Treb War. MBL might get the trebuchets out first, but Yo will have 2 castles to create the trebs from, and Yo has a ton of extra stone to build castles and repair castles. So yeah, you take the castle away from MBL, and then MBL will have some problems, and MBL was just slightly housed there. Yeah, MBL knows this will be a Treb War. He is now building another castle on the same hill. It'll all come down to this position here. Oh! Yo, we'll see the gold vills. A lot of the gold has already been collected, but that means that Yo can take that, and that Yo can kill those villagers if he notices that the mining camp was there. Yo should get chemistry immediately when he hits the next stage. And, oh, he's getting conscription. Oh, he's getting conscription out of the castle at home. So that makes sense. Conscription to help the units create faster, and now he's making trebs. So MBL will just have a very slight lead with the Treb War. He gets the first one out. He'll get the second one out. Yo is going to have 2 as well. Wow, and did MBL notice the scout scouted him? Are you kidding me? That's so good. He's now walled in his villagers. The small things these guys pay attention to is just nuts. 140 population for both of them. This is still open, but you know, just the fact that he noticed that was huge. 4 trebuchets for MBL. Yo's not even attacking MBL's castle, he's attacking MBL's trebs. I make that 6 trebuchets for MBL. And Yo's castle will die. Oh! And he's now building a bombard tower. Ooh. Both players will attempt conversions. That's a lot of Chukunu with a lot of upgrades, but could say the same about the war wagons. Now MBL, can he get a few conversions here? He did it earlier. He's so good with monks. I think he got 3 conversions there. But Yo's repairing his trebuchets. Yo could take down MBL's castle. This is so sloppy, man. This is what Koreans have to do, though. They have to make it messy. The bombard cannons are here, and now that the bombard cannons are here, they can definitely kill MBL's trebs. Are you kidding me, Yo? Are you kidding me? 2 trebs down. Wait for it. The bombard cannon died there. There's another one, though. Yeah, it's 3 trebs down for MBL. Oh, the bombard cannon got sniped! The snipe from the trebs! Yo is playing so good today, seriously. Every other player in the game, if they got Koreans, would just go, Koreans! And then they would go forward and die in 12 minutes. But not Yo. Holy crap, man. He has the population lead. He killed another treb. He'll kill this castle. Those fights you can't judge. And did MBL just double-click all his vills here? Yeah, I think he double-clicked the majority of his vills there, which just shows you how messy this has been. Oh, this knight made it down to the gold as well. So those gold villagers did die. There's a tower over here for Mr. Yo. Oh my god. And his eco has been untouched at home as well. That's the big thing. So he has more villagers, but he also, I guess, had less idle time. Didn't have handcart, which is kind of a big deal. And now he has to deal with elite Chukunu, which is also a big deal. But with bombard cannons and bombard towers, maybe he'll be okay. Great decision from MBL, though. Can't really take this hill easily, so to send the trebs this way to take Yo's castle out is smart. Yo will have no way of reinforcing with the war wagons. But the war wagons are tanky. They're elite. They're 200 HP. MBL will lose his castle as well. Don't tell me Yo's gonna save this. Guys, Yo would have saved this castle. It's at 735 HP. By the time this treb shot would have landed, that would have only done 400 damage, right? I think the HP on the castle would have been well above 800. The bombard cannon would have sniped these 2 trebs. This castle had just gone down. MBL would have lost access to his gold. And what a game from Yo. This is why I considered Yo to be like number 2 or number 3 in the world for quite some time. And Dave and I have talked about it. He just doesn't play like this all the time. But holy crap. I mean, it was high level from both of them. But for Mr. Yo to have the determination and the grit in just a regular rated game to play Koreans as he did here, that was so impressive. MBL expected towers. The towers didn't come. The Man-at-Arms surprised MBL. But what was probably the most surprising thing and the most impressive thing for Yo was just how safe and I guess how much he prioritized his economy with his push. Because the concern with these civs that don't have eco bonuses is, sure, they have strong options, but you can't get to those strong options. And the way he played it was such a fine balance of making war wagons and eco that he was able to get the win. Well, impressive. The day I fell in love with Koreans, guys. Today. Thank you, Yo. 123 kills for Yo. Look at the eco difference. Remember, he doesn't have cheaper techs. He doesn't have any. He doesn't start with extra vills like Chinese. He was behind on food, but he had more wood, more stone, and more gold. And remember, he also didn't have the relics. So to have more gold when not having the relics is something. That was possibly the one thing he was behind MBL in, was just getting the scout out there earlier. MBL was pretty quick with that. So will T90 say that Koreans are better than Chinese from now on? Hold on. We're not going to take it that far. But yeah, man, Koreans are good if they get to their options. You just don't get there very often.